Ever wondered if you had a roadmap to follow during Mercury retrograde? Turn the challenges of Mercury retrograde into wins. Watch this video to find out more. I am Vaishali Nikhade, an engineer turned psychic. Watch, take notes, and learn so that you too can leverage the power of stars in your love life. Hello everybody, this is Vaishali Nikhade. I am an engineer turned psychic, and this video is about what to do during Mercury retrograde. So if you feel that Mercury retrograde is really a period where you should or should not be doing certain things, then this is the video for you. So if this is the first time watching my Mercury retrograde series, then I'm just going to quickly review what Mercury retrograde is and how it changes things around for you. So there are three variables as far as Mercury retrograde is concerned. One is the length of the retrograde. It lasts about 3 weeks and it happens around 3 to 4 times a year. And then every time it goes retro in a different sign. So there are 12 signs of the zodiac, and every time Mercury goes retro, it's going to be located in a different sign. And based on the sign in which it is located, it is going to give you different outcome. So think of it as like a flavor. So for instance, if you have an ice cream and then if you have a chocolate flavor versus maybe an orange flavor versus a vanilla flavor, it's going to be all different. So the core essence is the same, which is the ice cream, but it is flavored different, so it tastes different. So in the same way, when Mercury is retrograde in a different sign, it's going to give you a different result. And then based on that result, it's going to have, based on the sign, it is going to have a different impact each time. So you will notice if you go and do the exercise, which is at the end, you will find that every time Mercury is retrograde, you're going to have different outcomes. Sometimes the impact may be less severe, and sometimes the impact may be slightly more severe based on the sign in which Mercury is retrograde. Now, based on the Mercury impacts decisions and it rules communication. So it is very important to be able to look and think about the actions you take during the Mercury retrograde period, because sometimes one action can be a breaking point for certain things, especially if you take it during Mercury retrograde. So the stars, Mercury is a star, and the stars impact our decisions based on their influence. And if you'd like to learn more about how stars can help you or how stars change things as far as your relationships are concerned, then I have a special guidebook for you. You should have a link coming up in the upper right hand corner, and you can go and look at the guidebook and see how there are 5 elements which impact how the stars can kind of help you or make you take actions or impact certain things that happen in your life. So let's come back to Mercury retrograde. So what to do during Mercury retrograde? So first of all is major decisions. Most of the times, because Mercury rules communication, and during the period of Mercury retrograde, it is advisable to avoid signing new contracts and making new purchases. What will happen if you sign a new contract? If you absolutely have to, then you can go ahead and sign it, but usually you'll find that maybe there is a section missing or something is not right in the contract, or it needs to be redone, or there needs to be some revision that needs to go through, and so on. So essentially you may just end up signing it more than once. Or there could be like two people who need to sign off on the contract, and then other person, you may not be able to get hold of that person until after the Mercury retro is over. So that could be like one way Mercury retro can influence signing contracts. Another thing is about purchases. One thing is, because Mercury rules communication, any purchases that you make during the retrograde period, they are going to have, maybe there's a small thing off in the purchase. And I'm going to give you an example here of a purchase that was made during Mercury retrograde and how it impacted things for a certain person. So I'll just go into the example so that you can know actually what happened. So Gemini is the name of a client. That's a fake name. The client is real, the name is fake, and essentially what happened is she ended up purchasing a cell phone. And this was during the Mercury retrograde period. So she had done all her homework, she had done all her research, and then she went to the store and then she purchased a cell phone. Now, when she purchased the cell phone, it was, I believe, the way she expressed it to me is that she couldn't return it because of the way the deal was. She got a special deal, and because of that, she wasn't able to return the cell phone. So she got the cell phone, and it was during Mercury retro. So I had advised her to make sure that everything was okay with the cell phone before she went and purchased it, and she did, and she got the cell phone. So Mercury was retro. So what exactly could go wrong? Well, the carrier with whom she was going to sign up, apparently they did not support this model. And either it was in the fine print, or she didn't do her homework properly, or she completely missed it that they won't cover this particular model. But what happened is the carrier that she was going to sign up with, they were not going to support the model that she had. So essentially, she would have to sign up with a different carrier if that was possible. Or because she couldn't return the phone, she was kind of stuck with the phone, and she may just have to use it as a calculator. So I don't recall exactly how she ended up solving the issue, but it just happened during the Mercury retro period. So it raised an issue as far as whatever her research was or whatever her homework was, because essentially it did not meet the needs, whatever her needs were in terms of matching that phone with her, with that particular carrier. It didn't quite work out the way she wanted. A couple of other things are because Mercury rules communication, and communication happens in the form of data. So there could be some glitches and some of the data may be gone. So, for instance, it is possible that maybe you send a text and the text disappears, or the other person may never get it. That is one possibility. It maybe it goes to spam. And the other one is you may just get like a call or a text or a message from a random number which was not intended for you. So that is something Mercury retro can definitely do. And then the next piece of thing is to back up the data, because Mercury rules data, and it may play some sort of mischief with the data, in the sense that your data may not be as clean as you want it to be, or it may not be in the form that you want. So essentially, it is advisable to back up all the data before the Mercury retrograde period starts. So that is one thing. And then one last thing is, because I work with a lot of clients and they have questions regarding relationships, it's possible that a person from the past can come back during Mercury retro. So usually the way it works is there is a resurfacing of old issues, or old issues can mean old people, old as in someone from the past. So people from the past, relationships from the past, contacts from the past, all these can resurface during the Mercury retro period. And another thing it can do is it can give you time and space for closure. For instance, let's say that you have someone from the past reach out to you for whatever reason. This could be a time during the retro period to close that chapter, to close that relationship, heal from it, and move forward. So, in that respect, Mercury retrograde is a good period because it gives you space for healing. So, lastly, I would like to conclude by saying that Mercury retro is a time where you can grow, and you can reflect on certain things and see what it is that needs to be improved. Most importantly is you need to be listening to your intuition during Mercury retro, because your intuition can not, well, it won't guide you in the incorrect direction or improper direction. So if you have a doubt, for instance, if Gemini had a doubt when she was purchasing the cell phone, then she wouldn't have purchased the cell phone, or she would have called the carrier and she would have asked them that, hey, do you guys deal with this particular model? So if she had listened to her intuition, then maybe she would not have purchased the cell phone. But listening to your intuition is really important. And in particular during Mercury retrograde, it is more important to be able to listen to your intuition. So here is a little exercise for you. Find a past retrograde period and see what kind of experience you had during the Mercury retro. And if you'd like to share it, feel free to post that in the comment section below. And if there are any particular topics or questions you have, feel free to post those as well. And I'm happy to look at them and address them in the next video. So the next video is going to be the complete opposite of this video. So hang around and just check out what not to do during Mercury retro. So you're a single woman, not getting nearly as many quality dates as you'd like, and you just can't figure out why, no matter how hard you try. Well, let me show you why. You're not leveraging the power of the stars. Stars were used for navigation in ancient times, and you too can use these stars as a GPS for you to guide you to move forward in your love life. I'm Vaishali Nikhare, an engineer turned psychic, and I would like to introduce you to the 5 elements of cosmic secrets that influence your search. I have a free guide for you called Cosmic Secrets, and in this free guide, I share each of the 5 elements that can help you fast track your search. You can work on one element per day and get to know how the stars can give you a jump start. When you're done, you can message me via email to take advantage of a special opportunity I may have for you to continue to get guidance from the stars. So click the link below and get started knowing the details of the cosmic secrets that can change your life.